on the previous episode.
Charles Haley by doing the set. Cost me about 180k for a set, but you're going to see the fully upgraded 50 out of 50 Raiders team. It wasn't going to show me buying gold Raiders and silver Raiders players, but you see Jerry Rice 95 speed, Cordell Patterson 94 speed. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, episode 59 of the No Money Spent. This is Friday, a little more of a dead day. Normally Fridays are always popping, but Friday today is a dead day because we have the crash of all crashes. We got Michael Vick, and now we just learned Charles Woodson is the second legend. But look at the actual content today. We only got one thing. We got house rules, which gives you a 86 either gridiron that you can sell or a 90 NCAT at 25 wins. I don't know the exact basically layout of the actual game mode, but I don't know if I'll be doing that. I think I'm actually going to get done with 25 weekend league games today. I did play a couple of games last night with my new team, but let's hop into the actual updates on my team because I have made a couple changes, and it's based around my playbook. I did not like Seattle playbook. I'm switching back to Raiders, so that means I had to get another Raiders player actually in my team in the starting lineup. So I took Charles Haley out, put him at rush left end, and was forced basically to get Khalil Mack. And you'll see Khalil Mack right outside, Ted Hendricks at left. That's just because Ted Hendricks gets +2 overall left, so we'll just take the overall boost. And then Khalil Mack is only a -1 at a right outside linebacker, so that gives us back to 50 out of 50 theme team. But as you can see, the coins basically are not. I said yesterday, if everything sold, I'd be at around 4-ish mil. But I did spend, I believe it, and it was I don't even want to tell you guys the price, but I did get a wide receiver +1 speed and a DB +1 speed. And you can see the coins. This was last night. I started at 1.33 million coins. As you see, I mean, I don't even want to explain it, but I pretty much end up spending 1 million coins. I did not get my first wide receiver speed card. Well, I already have one. I wanted to get the second one. I didn't get my first or second wide receiver speed card until I believe, and you're going to see the coin total right about now, I think 573,000, and I didn't even get it in a fantasy pack. I got it in a solo, which is just really lucky. I think I pulled 7 fantasy packs and did not get the card I wanted. I got 2 duplicate wide receiver speed cards that I already had wide receiver and awareness, but I finally got the wide receiver speed and then spec catch. I think the other one is jumping you can get. Yeah, I took that was like 750,000 down the drain to that, and then I did do another DB1. I did 2 actually DB1s, and I got the DB +1 speed on the first try. The second one I did not, so I ended up spending I think 1 million coins basically on strategy item cards. Now in terms of what is in my binder, I have picked up a Ronnie Hudson and a Marcus May duplicate. Now, man, I bought Ronnie Hudson yesterday for 850,000, Marcus May for 670,000. Marcus May wasn't a bad purchase, I believe that. But Ronnie Hudson, I was just a little too early. But I picked up Marcus May for 389 today and Ronnie Hudson for 400. I can tell you right now, at the time of this recording, they're both at around 440,000. They're dumping out of packs basically tonight, and then tomorrow, I believe, and this is like my whole thing, no one's really buying cards right now. I also have 3 heavyweights left, but no one's really buying cards right now. Everyone basically is waiting to buy cards tomorrow because, of course, Vic is going to crash the market a little bit more. Now, I don't think the limiteds are going to go down maybe a little bit, like go back down to what I bought them for, but I think eventually they will go back up in price just because people are going to be purchasing their teams basically. Like, no one is buying cards right now. If you've been on the market the past day and a half, like cards, like you'll see a card, let's for example, Patrick Surtain, right? Patrick Surtain will be up for 115k, and someone will post one for 100k. It's like a 15k difference. Normally that's bought instantly. Like it's a 15k drop from his next lowest price. Just no one's buying the card. Cards are up for good prices. There are large gaps on cards. Like an Indomitian Sue last night, there was a bunch up for 85,000. One got posted for 70,000. Like that's a 15k decrease, and he just sat up there for 30 minutes until he got bought. Like just no one's really buying players because I mean they're waiting for tomorrow now. In terms of like I've got some questions like, oh, why did you buy your team on Thursday and Wednesday? Now, I don't say I'm really good at buying cards for investments, flipping cards together. I'm not the best in terms of timing when to actually buy my team because I have like not a theory, but like my thought process behind it is I always buy my team, and when I make upgrades to my teams, I do them and I go full out and I do them all at once pretty much. I don't necessarily want to buy a card Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because you're not able to play if you have gaps in your lineup. So I pretty much just buy my whole teams on one day, and it just happened to be I started buying my team on Wednesday night, and then Michael Vick got announced Thursday morning, and I was kind of like stuck between like I didn't want to have half a team done. I wanted to play some weekend league games, so I kind of got stuck in that end. But if you're gonna buy a team and get any upgrades, tomorrow is your day to spend coins. Now I do think the market is going to rebound a little bit just because everyone is planning to buy their teams tomorrow, so the market, of course, is going to have to go back up when everyone buys their teams. But hopping into the main portion of this video and the topic of this, getting that first basically million coins, like starting at 100k, getting up to a million coins. And I'm gonna be honest, it's the hardest thing to start out to do. It's the hardest thing to do. It took me basically, I'd say, a month to like really, I mean, I could have gotten a million coins, but it took me like a month to get to that million coin mark, and then I'll stay there. I've been at, you guys haven't noticed, my coin total has not dropped under a mil, I think, for the past month and a half. Man, you are going to have to grind. When I say like grind, go back into my first 20 episodes. You got to play every solo challenges. You got to do every missions. Like these Gridiron Guardian missions for the tradable 90 overall Gridiron Guardians, they don't take, it's probably like the longest thing is like 15 head-to-head wins. Like you have to be doing these to get these 100ks, 50ks. You got to do your solos and sell every single basically tradable. I mean, you have, this is the grind. It's the hardest part. It's why I do it in the beginning of the game, because it's honestly, I'm gonna be honest, it's the most boring part, is that first basically getting to that like 500k mil part from 0 coins, because it's like you can't, most of my methods that I've been posting for the past like month, basically, it's you need to have like 500k at minimum or more to do. Like you got it for heavyweight rerolls. You can't buy training and pull one heavyweight reroll and then sell it instantly. You're not gonna see, like, yeah, you might get lucky and get it, but you're not gonna, you gotta pull like 5 at a time, but that takes like 350,000 coins. So for the grind, like for the start, you have to do, you got to play your solos, get through your solos, play solo battles, like you do everything. Now in terms of like methods, like in terms of like not playing the game, right? Methods for under 100k, there's not a lot. I'm gonna be honest, you really need coins. I always say this, you need coins to make coins, but there are a couple that aren't bad. Now, get a player is 500 coins. You can never go wrong on this. I'll link a video down in the description. I think his name is Tomato Boy. He is another YouTuber. He's the master of the get a player pack method. He has the data, everything. I will link his video in the description, his channel. If you want to learn all about get a players, watch his videos. I'm not the best at get a players because I don't necessarily do them, because I've basically progressed onto the higher like margin of coin making methods. But get a player packs, you can never go wrong, but they are tedious, they are long, they are boring. There's not like you sit, it takes a long time to pull all the packs, exchange all the cards, sell all the cards. Like it takes a while. Now I think this is the best method for under 100k, like under 100, 200k, to get up to that first 500k, to the point where you can invest in team of the week cards, invest in legend training, and actually make a good amount. And it's going to be through team builders. Now I'm going to show you, I already had 3. Also, MUT rewards did drop today. That's also kind of why the market is down. I had some golds and some low elites from my MUT rewards. I'm going to throw into the set, but I'll show you show you the prices of what like you get these cards for. But man, team builders, I mean, there's still a quite amount of team builders that go for easily like from 33 to 35,000. And the set right now it's super cheap. It ends up being about, you don't spend over 22,500 coins. Now you're going to see I do Sebastian, Joseph Day. I looked up his price on MUTGG. I just looked up all the team builders, saw which one was the most like expensive that was actually selling for the price, and I basically chose him. You saw a couple sold for 35, 36. I'm gonna lowest was up 33, so I'm gonna mine for 32,750. Now if you would have bought all the cards, because you get the 80s. Now the best filter I found for the 80s to buy is just 80 to 81, or I think it's 82 to 83 Gridiron Guardians. You'll see you get them for under 6k really easy. There's a 5.6 one. There's multiple for 6k. So that ends up being, you need 3 low elites, 3 high gold. So that's going to be 18,000 at max for the elite section. And then for the gold section, there are quite a lot of filters. I mean, you can do ultimate kickoff, MUT superstars. There's quite a lot of rookies, and then of course your core golds, and you have to go player by player. But you should be able to get them for realistically 1,500. You only need 3. You see, there's one up for 1.35. I don't buy just because I just did a set or whatever. I'm just chilling. But in total, 18,000 for the elites, and it'll be 4,500 for the golds. It should max, like, you can get snipes, and you get these guys for cheaper. If you don't have a lot of coins, be patient with your snipes, basically. But 22,500 to do the set. Now, in terms of how much would I made if I did that Rams player, and the Rams player sells 33,000 or 32,750. I think it comes out to 31 or 30,000. I basically make 7k. 7k is like, it's 6.975, but 7k. Now, in terms of, you don't want to just keep spamming the same player. Now, if you have like 150, 200k, each of these costs about 21,000 to do, right? Do 4 or 5 at a time. List the cards. Don't do any dupes. Do 5 different players. Post them on the market. You're making 7k per, and then go play some solo challenges. Go play some house rules, whatever you need to do. You want to maximize your time. You don't want to be basically sitting here with team builders, right? You do a team builder, you post on the market, and you just sit and you wait for the sell. Like, you're gonna be sitting there for 30 minutes maybe. Like, do a batch of like 5 at a time. If you have like 100, 200k, post them on the market, go do something else. So you don't have to be your console, just list and go find something to do. Basically, you'll come back and you'll make about 25 to 28,000. 4 or 5 of them at 7K, that's 28, 25K. You know, it adds up. You really have to grind to get to that first 500 to a million coins, because once you get there, right? Once you get to 500K or 1 mil or whatever price, you basically know for a fact that you can make a lot of coins with them. Mine is 1 million coins. I know if I basically, when I bought my Team Diamonds, right? The other 2 weeks, my Team Diamond team update, 2 weeks ago, I was at 1 million coins after, right? But I knew with 1 million coins, I can make significant amount of coins. And I did the next week, I made, I think it was like 5 mil. Like, I got back up to 6 mil, and then this weekend again, I got up to 9.4 mil. I'm spending it all down, and right now I'm basically at like 2.9, 2.8 out. That's still a lot. I mean, I only need about, I know I can get my coins back up, so you need to find a price, right? I'd say 500K is the minimum, where you don't ever want to go under 500K, because you need that 500K to do the methods that I talk about, where Team of the Week investing. When you invest Team of the Week cards with 100K and you get 20%, you're making 20,000. You invest 500K into that, you make 100,000. So you need coins to make coins. That's what I'm saying. So getting that to that first 500K, that first mil, and then you could use the more, basically the better methods to make more coins in a faster amount of time, and then you're basically set. You don't, like, if you have a mil and you're making 500K a week off investments, legend trainings, that like doesn't take a lot of time, you can go ahead, spend that 250K, like spend half of it, spend 250K on your team, and then keep that 250K for investments the next week, and it just builds on. It builds on. You cannot, I have a friend basically that's stuck in this loop, basically, where he makes about 200K a week through investments, weekend league, and then he spends that 200K on his team, and he's just stuck making basically 150 to 200K every week, and he's never actually like progressing to make like 500K, 600K a week on the same investments, the same amount of times. Like, he's only doing Team of the Week investments in weekend league. If he just does Team of the Week investments in weekend league with maybe 500,000 or to a mil, he'll make double the coins. You want to get out of that cycle where you only have like 100,000. You want to always be having 500K, because you'll never know, there could be a loophole that drops on Friday content. Like, you need to have coins to make coins. You got to grind your solo challenge, do the dirty work. That first, for me, it was the first month, I was grinding solos, grinding sets, basically anything I could do to get to that point where I could just Team of the Week invest, flip legends on the weekend for a couple hours, and be making easily 500 to a mil per week, basically doing nothing. But that's going to be the premise of this video. I know most of my videos, like, I'm no money spent, but I have a shit ton of coins. Like, it doesn't probably relate to a lot of you guys, but in terms of, I can relate to you guys, I feel like, on the market, because I think you guys, like, everyone, this game is not hard to make coins. Like, Madden gives you so much free shit through solo challenge, missions, etc. Just get to that, I'd say, that 500K mark. Get from 100K to 500K and hold that 500K. Do not go below that. Now, if you make 500K in a week, you can spend that 500K on your team, do all you want, but don't go below 500K. Don't go below the amount that you know you can make a good chunk of coins every single week. But that's basically the premise of this video. I know you gotta get out the mud, man. You can't be stuck at less than 100K for the next 3 months of Madden and just keep minusly upgrading your team +1 in overalls. So that's been the premise of this video. I know it's a little long, but this is a more informational video. Episode 60, the market crash, Michael Vick, Charles Woodson. Tomorrow we're going to be working the market like heavy. Like, comment if you have any questions, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, peace.